Alright guys, it's time to get back on this one. I have not touched this truck in several years at this point. I did pull the door off the parts truck and put on here in case this truck ended up having to sit outside. Luckily I've been able to keep it inside of here in this stall that nobody uses. But you can see how long it's been here. My tires on my trailer have give up both sides. But anyway, it's still sitting on the trailer that I set it on where I pulled it off the frame. Next step I guess is going to be disassembling my parts truck, and I've already started a little bit on that, the front sheet metal, and like I said, this door, just in case this cab had to sit outside. But anyways, I haven't made any progress on it. I haven't touched it in several years, so anyways, we're gonna get back on it. Alright guys, here's the parts truck. I had it, I've been storing it around the corner here on a piece of property I own. I had a tree fall on the front of it. Luckily the only damage it did was the windshield, but it's a parts truck anyway. I won't be using it. But you can see it's super dirty from sitting. Bed's full of junk. I had previously disassembled the front end, and I swapped this door onto my other cab, just in case that cab had to sit outside. I wanted it to be sealed up. This truck is it didn't have a dent in it when I bought it, and honestly it would have been a good truck to fix. It was cheap, but it had a blowed head gasket or cracked head or something. It does run and drive, but it is getting water into the exhaust pretty fast. You dump it in it and it's chugging water immediately. It's getting right into the combustion chamber. But this is the exact same year, same color Ranger as the one that we're fixing. The only difference in this one and the truck that we're building is this truck is flex fuel. That's what that little emblem means. This truck is flex fuel, and this truck has tan interior, gray interior, and the truck that we're fixing has tan interior. But other than that, these are more or less the same exact truck. And I got it here pulled behind my house, and you got to excuse the place. I'm a hoarder, as you can see, and this is just a small fraction of my projects. I am not short on projects. My father-in-law owns a bunch of land, and he lets me fill it up with my old cars. I probably got 120 old antique cars, and Novas, K10s, Fibers, GTOs. That's a 64 SS Chevelle under the carport. I also got into 3-wheelers at one point. Anyways, there's no shortage of projects. But anyways, let's get started. I'm gonna get started cleaning the bed out and go from there. Got the bed liner out of this truck. I'm gonna say it was put in there when the truck was new. Got all the stuff out of it. Look how clean the bed floor is. Whew, it's a froggy. This bed's actually in pretty good shape. It's in quite a bit better shape than the bed that we're going to be using. I might do something with it. I may make a trailer out of it, using the rear section of the bent frame and this bed. May make a trailer out of it. I don't know. I haven't we're putting the horse ahead of the cart ahead of the horse here, but I just like to see 22-year-old trucks with bed floors that clean. Alright, I'm going to attempt to unbolt this bed. I'm in South Carolina. I know you northern guys have trouble with this, but let's see what it takes. We got an impact with a T55 on it. Let's see if we can get it out of here. I'm going to try this one-handed. Ooh, maybe not. Ooh, got one. one more. Alright, and that's it. Gotta take the few bolts out of the filler neck and disconnect the tail light harness, and that's it. She's off. If you ever want to know how to pull your bed off a Ranger pickup truck, it's that easy. Alright, this is my plan for getting this bed off by myself. I guess let's see how much stuff I mess up. Here we go. Alright, we got it. It was a little tricky to film running the tractor, a wore out tractor with a wore out loader by myself, but my wife did help me guide it, and we got the bed sit down over here without damaging anything. And I put all the stuff back in the bed. Don't know where this came from, but it's if anybody needs a brand new fender for a 67 Mustang, I got one. I have no idea where it come from, but here it is. Bed's off. As you can see, the frame's clean. This is the frame that I will be using. I know that I'm going to have to swap parts from the original frame to this frame, being that this one is flex fuel and the original one is not. So my plan is I got to get the core support and fender rail stripped off of this one, cut off, and pull the cab, and then I'm going to pull the engine and transmission and all off of this one, and then I'm going to pressure wash it, see what I got. And then I'm going to run out to the country and grab the other rolling chassis, the original one off the wrecked one. And we're going to compare what's different. I'm pretty sure the fuel pump is at least different. We're going to compare and see what's all different. And I'll swap everything over accordingly what we need to do. So we can start putting this truck back together. Another tip for somebody who's taking a vehicle apart, and then if you're like me, it sits apart for years and years, sometimes forever. Put the bolts in a bag and label it so you know where the hell they go. Even if you don't use these now, you may use them later. And a bucket of bolts you'll never use, but if you know what they are, you got a chance of at least using them one day. If you're going to insist on being a hoarder like I am, label the stuff, that way at least you know what you got. Anyways, I'm going to spin this truck around and show you what I got to do to the front. Alright guys, we're back. As you can see, I've already pulled all the sheet metal off the front and the grill and bumper, and I did that a few years ago. All of it. I'm pretty much going to use everything except for the hood and the passenger fender on the one we're fixing. I'm going to try to keep as much original parts off this truck as we can, because, well, let's face it, the truck doesn't have any value, but it has sentimental value. So we want to retain as much of it as we can. Alright, so back to what we're doing here. I'm gonna have to go look at the other cab, and I think I still have the front clip I cut off the other one, but I need to cut it apart at the same seams where I drilled out the spot welds on the last front end, because I want to use this entire front apron that's bent on the other one. I think that's going to involve coming all the way back into here to get all that out of there. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure all the way to here forward, and I pulled it off in one piece, and that's how I plan on welding it back on the other cab, in one piece. That way I know everything lines up, and I'm gonna get it on there and test fit everything before I weld anything. But that's next step, I think. I thought about just pulling this cab off now and drilling it, cutting it apart later. But I think what I'm going to do now is I can keep it mobile right now. It still runs. And for right now, I'm going to go ahead and cut this front end apart. Maybe pull the radiator out of the way and get this cab ready to come off. Once I get the cab off and out of my way, motor and transmission out, and then, like I said, get this frame ready, cleaned up and ready to start putting back together with the original truck. This project has been too long. Should have had this truck done years ago, but you know how it is. Life gets in the way and things happen, and well, you know how it is. We're getting back on it now. Anyways, thank you for watching. And we're going to leave it at here for now.